video. As you can see, the background looks a little bit different. We updated our cameras to the new XT5s, and we are thrilled with how well they work. The image stabilization is everything. So if you're considering upgrading from the XT2 or 3 or even the 4, the XT5 is going to be a very welcome change. I think the XT4 has IBS, but in the XT5, it is fantastic. So, as I'm sure you guys are well aware, I do use the 50 f1 on my camera, and this lens gets quite a workout. It's the first lens that goes on my camera the second I show up to a wedding. So in past videos, I've done gear, videos where I tell you what lenses I'm using and what I'm shooting and everything. But I haven't done one in quite some time. And so I sort of wanted to do a gear video where I update you guys on the lenses that I'm using for 2024 going into 2025. So it is still the 50 f1. I have it on my XT5 and it looks a little bit different. The XT5 does not have a grip being sold yet that is going to come with this. So you basically have no grip. But on Amazon, we were able to find these cool cages that we can put our XT5s in, and it has a nice grip for your hands. So especially for the guys when you have bigger hands, to be able to hold on to something that has a little bit more meat to it, it's kind of nice. You have that extra grip. I'm not advertising our cages here, but I mean, they are kind of cool, and they sort of go with the retro look that we've sort of established doing wedding photography. Paired with our straps and everything, it's a pretty nice looking setup. So we have our cages. We've got the XT5. I always start out with my 50 f1, and then on my second body, I've got the 23. So it's pretty awesome. This is the 23 f1.4. It's got the square hood, which I'm not a huge fan of. I would actually just prefer no hood, but so far I haven't been able to get online or find the time to get online to find a lens cap that is circular so that I can take this off. This is the way it came. It's okay. I would like to say though that the lens cap for this square ring, it falls off very easily, so that's a huge pet peeve of mine. But it would be really nice if Fuji came out with an update where you could sync the times on all of the cameras down to the second. I mean, Canon's doing it, Nikon's doing it, I think Sony does it. I'm not understanding why Fuji can't pull this off. So that's that. So I always start off with my 50 f1, my 23 1.4, and then for detail shots I use the 30mm macro. And then for the ceremony, it's 99.9% of the time my 50 to 140, and then I'll switch to my 16 to 55. And the reason why I have the 16 to 55 on my camera, I haven't really been big on zoom lenses except for the 50 to 140, but I did switch to the 16 to 55 about a few months ago just to sort of give it a shot. It's really great for when the ceremony's finished and you have all of the formals to do. It's a lens that you can quickly already have set up on your camera, and you can zoom way out for the wider shots if you have 15 or 20 people standing in front of you. And then it's also great for portraits if you want to zoom in and get just like 2 people standing there. It's really versatile, which is something that I love when the formals portion of a wedding comes after the ceremony. Things are happening really quick. It's mass confusion. People want to go eat. They don't have time to stand there and watch you fumble with a bunch of gear and be going through your camera cases trying to find a wide lens to shoot the big group photo. You have to be ready. So going into the ceremony, I have my 50 to 140 and my 16 to 55 already on me. And then I have my light stand in the corner in case I need some extra light to light everyone up if it's dark. But going into a ceremony, I'm already prepared for the end of the ceremony. Now when it comes to the end of the ceremony, I put both of those lenses away and I go for more smaller compact lenses. So I'm pulling out the 50 f2, which is very small. It's actually smaller than the 23. And then I use my 23. So the 23, I am switching it around. I love using it, but I've learned to also use other things during the wedding as well. I used to just really be stuck on my 50 f1 and my 23 1.4, and those never left my camera. But now I've learned to use other tools in the toolbox to get the job done, and they do a great job. So at the end of the night, when we're exhausted and it's time for the reception, I quickly switch to my 50 f2 and my 23. Goes back on the camera. So the heavier, bigger, longer lenses are being put away, and the shorter, more compact, lighter lenses are being used for the reception. And then of course we have our flashes, our Godox flashes on top of our cameras, and those trigger our 80-200 Godox lights. So we are doing that for weddings now. My goal is to put out a video every single week, so I'm really excited about that. I did consider putting out or starting a podcast, but I feel like there's a lot of expense to that, and right now YouTube is free, so I'm just going to stick with YouTube. I've got my awesome little camera that's recording all of this and my little Rode speakers that I'm using, and I'm just keeping everything very simple for now. I did have to move out of my office when I make YouTube videos, unfortunately, because now I have a giant cat cage behind me, and I feel like listening to kittens as I'm trying to talk and concentrate on what I'm saying. I think that would be a huge distraction, and so that's been a big change for me too. I'm trying to get set up in another area of the house so that I can still put out content. On a personal note, it's been a very weird year for us. I don't know, in your part of the country or the world, if weddings have sort of slowed down for you too, but I think with everything going on with politics right now and inflation and everything, there's a lot of brides that are holding on to their money because everyone's scared and no one wants to spend money right now on giant wedding expenses, and photography is a big expense. So, but we are very happy with the XT5s, and we have a ton of behind the scenes videos that we've been doing. I've been trying to be more active on Instagram also by putting out reels and music and tagging people and doing all this stuff. It's a lot of work. If I could hire a social media manager, I completely would in a second. So that's what's been going on, you guys. I'm really happy to get back on here and make a short video for you. This is just a hey, sorry I've been missing and here's what I'm using video. I would like to go more into depth and have like an actual lineup of all of the lenses that we use. And I would like to do more behind the scenes where you're seeing me actually shoot, and then I can do a voiceover and explain like what I'm doing and what gear I'm using for that moment, so that you can see in action what all of this is like. So anyway, thank you for watching. This is short and sweet, and I will chat with you guys very soon.